What are the odds that you get into every single Ivy League school, right? How many students are there every year who get into every single Ivy League? Well, if we were to calculate the odds, we would take that 3 to 5% acceptance rate number, add 1 to it, and take it to the 8th power for the 8th Ivy Leagues, and then we subtract 1, right? That will give us our extremely low acceptance rate of students who get into every single Ivy League school. Generally speaking, when there are kids who get into every Ivy League school, they're published on Forbes or Business Insider, and there's a lot of press about them because the odds are so rare. Usually every year, I would say there's probably 1 or 2 students in the entire country who gets into every single Ivy League school. More recently, actually, Adirika, a girl whose parents are from Nigeria, who then moved here, she attended Miami Beach High School, is one of the students who got into every single Ivy League school. And this is obviously an incredible achievement. It's super rare, but all the factors really had to come into play. And so if we were just to analyze her profile and take a look at it, how did she get into every single Ivy League school? Well, one factor is definitely she's incredibly bright, right? She was top 1% out of 500 students in her class. She was also a student body council president, and she was a force to be reckoned with on her school's speech and debate team. In addition, she founded an organization called Our Story, Our Worth, which really empowers women of color through mentorship and sisterhood. And she was also involved in different extracurricular activities, such as the Psychology Club, flag football, Mu Alpha Theta, and HIP mentor, as well as she was class of 2022 president at her high school. So obviously she's incredibly bright for this to happen. And then on top of that, she was also African American, which meant she's an underrepresented minority, and also a first gen, meaning her parents did not, her mother did not go to college, came from Nigeria, and she's the first in her family to attend college. So when you put all of these factors at play, then it's, really not too much of a surprise that she got into every single Ivy League school. These days, when you apply, it's extremely rare for anyone to get into all of these schools. I've had students who get into Stanford, but got rejected from Cornell. We've had students who got into Harvard, but rejected from UCLA or UC Berkeley. We've had students who got into Columbia, but got rejected from Harvard, Yale, Princeton, right? Usually when kids get into these schools, they're getting into a few of them and they're getting rejected from the others. Don't feel bad about yourself if you didn't get into every single Ivy League school. There's literally only 1 or 2 students in the entire country every single year who gets into every single Ivy League school, right? If you could even get into like 1 or 2 of what I consider like the top 10 schools in the country, that's considered very good already. I certainly did not get into every single Ivy League school, even though I had a stellar profile in high school. I ultimately attended Princeton, but I still got turned down by other schools that were even less competitive than Princeton. So with that being said, those are the odds and statistics that we're looking at. And if you like what we had to talk about today, definitely hit that subscribe button. We'll be sharing more tips and advice on the college admissions process.